And they're off and racing. They stride away in the Investec Derby, and our channel is the first one to show. Kingfisher is also showing speed, and in the early stages, Romsdale adopts a handy position. Australia's not too far behind the speed early on. Kingston Hill also being sent forward. Kieran Fallon pushing True Story up on the inside, trying to get a position from that inside gate, smooth through into about 7th, just ahead of Ebanoran, who races alongside A-Rod. Australia is now just being taken back to sit in midfield. Pinzolo comes next, just ahead of Jeffrey Chaucer as they continue to climb the hill. The pace is no more than a steady one at this stage. Pinzolo is quite well back. Impulsive Moment well back, with Orchestra towards the tail. Red Galileo is another who is towards the back of the field. So our channel it is who's cutting out the running in the Derby from Kingfisher in the white cap. The grey Kingston Hill is poised in 3rd place with True Story, who got as close as 4th, disputing that position with Sudden Wonder and Romsdale, who's a little bit wider out on the racecourse. Ebanoran tracks those in 7th on the outside of A-Rod, who's found the rail. Australia still just about midfield. The purple jacket and cap on the outside of him is Fascinating Rock at this stage as they prepare now to begin the swing left-handed. Impulsive Moment and Western Him are quite well back in the field, with Jeffrey Chaucer also well back, and Red Galileo continues to be the back marker, just preceded by Orchestra. But it's a steady pace being dictated here by Silvestre de Souza on our channel. Kingfisher is yet to press him in 2nd place as they begin now to move down the hill. They're now beginning just to increase the effort, and now back in 3rd place Kingston Hill. In 4th, the blue jacket of True Story. Then Romsdale, Ebanoran races next. Australia getting closer down the outside. Behind these towards the inside, A-Rod is also beginning to improve, and A-Rod is being followed through by Western Him. Then Fascinating Rock, Jeffrey Chaucer. Sudden Wonder's lost a little bit of ground. It's our channel pressed by Kingfisher, who've extended away, passing the 3. Kingston Hill, best place of the principals. In 3rd place, Australia coming down the centre. Then True Story, Arad comes next. Behind these, Romsdale and Ebanoran as they make their way now up the home straight. And it's Australia who moves through with Kingston Hill. These two forge on in the Investec Derby. They go away. Arad has moved through to dispute 3rd place with Romsdale. Then Ebanoran. They race now down with a furlong to go. It's Australia who is out in front. Kingston Hill in 2nd place, and it is Australia forging clear by a length or so. Kingston Hill is trying to rally. It was written in the stars, a day of destiny, as Australia follows in her parents' footsteps and wins an Epsom Classic. In 2nd was Kingston Hill. Romsdale was 3rd. A massive run. Red Galileo and A-Rod racing 4th.
The white flag raised. Ponfake in, and they're off and running, and it's Australia who's the first to show, with Kingfisher moving up on the outside now to move on into the lead under Colm O'Donoghue, and Orchestra now moves 2nd, with Australia settling into 3rd place, 2 lengths in front of Fascinating Rock and Ponfake. So they're racing on down the far side of the track, with Kingfisher and Colm O'Donoghue showing the way to Orchestra and Shamie Heffernan racing 2nd. A break of 4 lengths then to Australia, settling in 3rd, and a couple of lengths to the other pair, Ponfake, the grey on the inside, in company with Fascinating Rock. So they're continuing on their way right down the far side of the track, away from the stands, and it's Kingfisher showing in front, 2 lengths up on Orchestra in 2nd. A break then of 4 to 5 lengths to Australia, who's in 3rd, and Ponfake on the inside of Fascinating Rock. So it's Kingfisher, Colm O'Donoghue 2 in front. Orchestra is 2nd, Shamie Heffernan. 5 to 6 lengths to Australia, Joseph O'Brien. Ponfake on the inside for Declan McDonough, with alongside Fascinating Rock and Pat Smullen. Beginning now to make the climb to take them right up towards the top of the track. Shortly they'll be coming up towards the 6 furlong point, and little change from the outset. Kingfisher showing the way, 2 lengths to in 2nd place Orchestra. A break then to Australia, who's followed by Ponfake and Fascinating Rock. They're now beginning to reach the 5 furlong point and make the descent down towards the straight, and still little change as Kingfisher shows just over 2 in front. Orchestra 2nd, a break to Australia 3rd. Ponfake on the inside of Fascinating Rock as the quintet now begin to make their run towards the approach to the straight and inside the final half mile. Kingfisher a couple in front of Orchestra. Then comes Australia 3rd, ahead of Fascinating Rock on the outside of Ponfake. They're coming towards the 3 and approaching the turn in the Dubai Duty Free Irish Derby, and it's Kingfisher and Colm O'Donoghue in front. Orchestra and Shamie Heffernan 2nd, a break of a few lengths to Australia, closing on the leading pair. And they're in front of Ponfake and Fascinating Rock. They're racing down towards the final furlong now. And Orchestra in the centre in Australia. Cruising up on the outside now, the Epsom Derby winner. Long odds on favourite Australia. Goes past his two stable companions. And now Australia wins, ease down, going up towards the finish. He joins an elite group who've completed the double. It's another one for Ballydoyle. 11 derbies for Aidan O'Brien, is second for Joseph. Australia beats Kingfisher, Orchestra, Fascinating Rock and Ponfake.
Australia last in. They're set to race then. And they're off and racing for the 2014 Juddmonte International over this extended mile and a quarter. Australia is being dropped in. Mukadram is out in front, a little bit keen in the early stages, taken on now by Kingfisher and the white cap on the rail. And then back in third is A-Rod with Telescope on his outside. The Grey Gatsby and Australia, winners of 3 derbies between them, are restrained at the back of the field as the runners head off down the far side towards the mile start. So Kingfisher out in front here in the hands of Shamie Heffernan, leads from Mukadram, who's settling a bit better now as the race develops. On the inside then is A-Rod in the hands of Jamie Spencer, followed by Telescope and Ryan Moore, and the Grey Gatsby, Richard Hughes on board the grey on the inside there of the Derby winner Australia and Joseph O'Brien, right down to his minimum weight to ride here this afternoon as they approach the 6 furlong marker. Starting to swing left-handed down the side of the course now. Kingfisher still the leader. Mukadram and Paul Hannigan has got him in his sights on the outside. He's a length away in second place. A-Rod and Telescope in third and fourth. And still looking on from the back there, both the Grey Gatsby and Australia racing stride for stride as they turn in towards the home straight now. Just over half a mile left to travel here in the Juddmonte International. Kingfisher still the leader. Mukadram on the outside, getting closer. A-Rod up the inside. Telescope just being asked now to pick up and lengthen his stride. The Grey Gatsby is just following him through, and then comes Australia. Joseph O'Brien asking him now to pick up on the outside as the runners hurtle down the home straight here at the Knavesmire. 2.5 furlongs to go. Mukadram just about strikes the front here from Telescope. Here on the near side comes Australia. Over on the far side is A-Rod. The Grey Gatsby will be leaving it late. Mukadram is under pressure and wilts. Here comes Australia on the outside. Takes over. The Grey Gatsby is trying to chase him down. Telescope battling on for the place. He's on the inside, but it's Australia and Joseph O'Brien in front inside the final furlong here, and the Derby winner is going to storm home and win the Juddmonte International pretty comfortably in the end. Australia too good for the Grey Gatsby. Telescope was third, Mukadram, then A-Rod and Kingfisher.
First, number 4, Australia.